Now we ask, what do I do in my waiting season? Many are the times that life will put you in a waiting time. In that season that you are waiting, it's not a season of wasting. Let me say this, that in the season that you are waiting for something, God is developing your character. God is molding your character. Most of the times we wait, God makes us to wait because He's so much aware of the things that are happening. And that's why the scriptures are very clear that God knows the end from the beginning. So He understands, if I release this blessing at this given time, it might be overwhelming and it might make you either to lose focus or not to operate within how God created you to be. Now, in that time that He makes you to wait, He's working on your character. He's working on the inner person. He's working on your capacity to be able to hold that blessing so that you can be able to receive it and retain it. Because most are the times that you can receive something, but you lack the capacity, the ability to be able to retain it and to be able to uphold it in your life. Now, what am I supposed to do in my waiting time? In your waiting time, it is time to be more concerned about God and not you. The moment you put your focus on God, He makes you understand the reasons and also gives you the grace to be able to tarry in that season. Number two, you don't need to compare yourself to others, because you need to understand that your race is different from others. The time you start comparing yourself to others, you lose the focus. And in comparison, you start pity parties. You start saying as if you are losing. You start taking the waiting time as a losing time, as if you are wasting your time, because we operate in different times and seasons. We operate on different races. So it's at that time that you need to focus more on God and what God is doing at that given time. Number three, you need to work on yourself. How do you work on yourself? You work on yourself by telling yourself that I'm still the most amazing person. Speak positive to your life. Do not castigate yourself. Do not reach a point and start saying you're the most useless person. Don't self-curse yourself. You need to speak a blessing into your life, because what you confess, you'll be able to possess it. You need to see yourself as a victor. You need to see yourself as a person who can be able to come out of any situation and arise to become a great person. The moment you start focusing and seeing things in the positive outlook, it builds and it gives you confidence. It gives you the stamina and the charisma to be able to undertake even new roles and new goals that come along your way. In this time, the last point, which is very important, it is your time to pray. When you pray, you align yourself to the will and the purposes of God. It is in praying that you need to understand, or rather you get to understand your strengths, you get to understand your weaknesses, you get to understand the areas that you need to work on and to rectify on. It is in praying that you get to align yourself and God ministers to you. In praying, you get to understand that all things work together for good for those who love the Lord and have been called in accordance to His purpose. In praying, you get to understand that God cannot give you something that will be able to overwhelm you, that anything that comes your way, God knew about it. And when you get to understand all these aspects in life, it becomes easier for you. And even in that waiting time, you will get to know it is not a wasting time. On your waiting time, get to know the best is being prepared for you. Shalom and God bless you.